Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Let's begin with the headlines.
President Al-Alimi discusses security developments in Hadramaut with Governor Al-Khanbashi.
Humanitarian coordination meeting focuses on urgent needs in Marib.
Israeli airstrike kills Palestinian photographer in ongoing Gaza violence.
Welcome back. President Rashad Mohammed Al-Alimi held a phone call today with Hadramaut Governor Salim Al-Khanbashi, who also heads the Security Committee, to discuss the latest updates on efforts to contain rising tensions in the governorate. During the call, Governor Al-Khanbashi briefed the President on joint measures taken by the local authority, security forces, and community leaders to restore calm, safeguard public safety, and maintain social peace across Hadramaut.
President Al-Alimi reaffirmed the state of full backing for the governor's constitutional responsibilities, emphasizing the need to protect state institutions and prevent the Houthi militia and its allied groups from exploiting the situation to stabilize the province.
He stressed Hadramaut's key role in a national project and urged political and tribal components to avoid escalation, prioritize citizens' interests, and support local leadership in preserving stability. The President also reiterated the government's commitment to empowering the people of Hadramaut, improving governance, and resolving internal disputes peacefully.
Yemen is continuing its efforts to enhance cooperation with international organizations on multiple fronts, including humanitarian aid and agricultural development. Dr. Zindani met with Karen Bogdan, head of the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, in Yemen.
They discussed key humanitarian issues and the importance of improving coordination with government bodies to ensure the effectiveness of aid programs. Minister Zindani emphasized the ministry's support for international organizations operating in Yemen, while Bogdan praised the government's facilitation of humanitarian efforts and reaffirmed OCHA's commitment to meeting Yemen's needs.
Later, Dr. Zindani also met with Dr. Abdullah Birdat, the special envoy of the World Food Programme. They focused on strengthening collaboration and enhancing the impact of World Food Programme's humanitarian programs, as Zindani reiterated the government's support for World Food Programme's efforts to improve food security, aligning their initiatives with the government's priorities.
In another key meeting, Dr. Zindani met with Dr. Adam Yao, the FAO representative in Yemen, to explore further cooperation in agriculture, irrigation, and food security. The minister stressed the importance of expanding collaboration in agricultural development and utilize FAO's programs to support Yemen's food security and agricultural growth.
Minister of Defense Lieutenant General Mohsen Al-Dairi attended the opening of the IDEX 2025 International Defense Exhibition in Cairo today, inaugurated by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Minister Al-Dairi toured the exhibition halls where he was briefed on the latest defense technologies, equipment, and innovations, showcased by participating countries and major global defense companies.
He praised the high level of organization and the advanced capabilities displayed at this year's event. The fourth edition of IDEX brings together international delegations, specialized firms, and defense manufacturers presenting cutting-edge technologies across land, air, and naval sectors.
Dr. Nizar Basuhaib, Yemen's Deputy Minister of Planning, met with Abdullah Warda, the special envoy of the World Food Programme, to discuss enhancing cooperation on humanitarian challenges, especially malnutrition.
The meeting addressed the impact of reduced financial support for food security programs and the difficulty of reaching vulnerable populations. Both sides agreed on the need for a joint strategy to attract donors and ensure sustainable humanitarian interventions.
Dr. Basuhaib stressed the importance of coordination between the government and international organizations to improve food security. He also emphasized the need for transparent aid distribution based on accurate data.
Meanwhile, Wardat highlighted the ministry's role in facilitating food and humanitarian projects and called for increased funding to tackle food insecurity in Yemen. Dr. Basuhaib also met with Dawood Hermouji of Geneva, called to align upcoming projects with government plans, ensuring effective humanitarian support.
A key coordination meeting was held today in Marib, led by Deputy Governor Dr. Abdurrabba Muftah with humanitarian partners to reinforce collaboration in mobilizing available resources to tackle ongoing challenges.
The meeting, organized by the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, included UN agencies, international organizations, and local government offices. It emphasized the need for continued work to fill gaps in priority sectors and move towards sustainable solutions.
Dr. Muftah commended the efforts of humanitarian organizations in alleviating the suffering of displaced people and host communities. He also stressed the urgency of addressing the extreme winter conditions that many displaced families are facing, with adequate shelter, nutrition, and clothing.
Humanitarian coordinators from various sectors presented their ongoing activities and reiterated the critical need for sustained services in health, education, shelter, and food security for the displaced and vulnerable communities.
Dr. Abdurrabba Muftah, the Deputy Governor, met with Dr. Anas Saif, the Director of Programs and Projects at Yemeni Foundation, to discuss the Winter Clothing Project, KANAF, funded by the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center.
During the meeting, which also included officials from the Planning and International Cooperation Office and the Executive Unit for Displacement Camps, Dr. Miftah was briefed on the project's goal to provide high-quality winter clothing to displaced families and host communities, helping them endure the harsh winter conditions.
The project, which will run for 3 months, aims to reach 8,340 beneficiaries, selecting the most vulnerable individuals based on set criteria developed in cooperation with local authorities. Dr. Muftah emphasized the project's importance in alleviating the suffering of those in need during this difficult time.
The International Organization for Migration's latest displacement tracking matrix report reveals over 3 million internally displaced people in Yemen. The highest concentrations are in Marib and Taiz, where conflict continues to drive displacement. This includes nearly 300,000 new displacements recorded in the first months of 2024.
Additionally, more than 2 million returnees have made their way back, with Aden, Taiz, and Adala saying the largest number of the returnees. All the conditions for many remain challenging. The report also highlights over 55,000 migrants, primarily from Ethiopia, living in Shabwa, Marib, and Aden, facing severe gaps in basic services, including shelter, water, and healthcare.
Across all displaced and migrants groups, food assistance, financial support, and shelter are the top priority needs, underscoring the ongoing humanitarian crisis as Yemen struggles with economic instability and limited access to essential resources.
A Palestinian journalist was killed today in Khan Younis, southern Gaza, following an Israeli airstrike as the ongoing violations against civilians and journalists continue.
Photographer Mohammed Issam Wadi was martyred after an Israeli drone targeted the center of the city. Another journalist, Mohammed Abdul Fattah Isleh, was injured in the same attack and has been hospitalized for treatment.
In related news, a Palestinian was martyred by Israeli gunfire east of the Bridge refugee camp, while another was wounded by drone fire in Gaza City. Civil defense teams evacuated several injured individuals, including women and children, from areas under fire in eastern Gaza.
As Israel continues to escalate its military actions, including airstrikes and artillery shelling across Gaza, the humanitarian toll continues to rise, with over 359 Palestinians martyred since the ceasefire agreement began on October 10th.
This has been the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Thank you for watching and have a good time.